The procession had begun. Rows of soldiers stood at attention, medals glinting under a gray, mournful sky. A lone bugler readied his horn. Flags were folded, rifles gleamed, and silence hung like a shroud. Then it happened. An old man, frail, slow, wearing a faded jacket from another era, stepped forward, clutching a weathered cap to his chest. Two uniformed men stopped him cold. Stern hands blocked his path. Heads turned, eyes narrowed, but before another word was spoken, a voice cut through. The solemn air. Wait. Everything froze. His name was Walter Briggs, 92 years old. Alone. He had come not for recognition, but for remembrance. Decades ago, Walter wasn't just a soldier. He had been the commander of the very man whose casket now lay draped in stars and stripes. A bond forged not in boardrooms or politics, but in trenches, blood, and brotherhood. But the years had not been kind. Time faded his name from rosters, erased him from headlines. His uniform no longer fit, his rank forgotten, his stories shelved like dusty books no one opened. He didn't carry VIP access. He didn't bring credentials, only memories, and a heart heavy with reverence. Walter had arrived early, standing off to the side, unnoticed. He watched as limousines pulled in, dignitaries stepped out, and camera crews circled like hawks. The funeral was a grand affair, befitting a four-star general who had led battalions and brokered peace. But Walter hadn't come for ceremony. He came for closure. When the honor guard took formation and the family moved forward, Walter, trembling but resolute, made his way toward the front, step by painful step, and then the hands. Two security officers intercepted him, not unkindly but firmly. They asked him to return to the back. This section was reserved, they said. Walter opened his mouth, but no sound came. His voice had long since softened. His knees buckled, not from age, but from ache. Around him, whispers began. Who is he? Is he lost? Someone escort him away. No one knew. No one remembered. Except one man. From across the field, General Robert Langston had seen it all. He paused mid-step, ignoring the aide whispering in his ear. His eyes fixed on the figure struggling against time and protocol. He knew that face. Knew the gait. The stooped shoulders. The way the man still clutched his cap as if it were sacred. A memory surged. Mud, bullets, and a strong hand pulling him to safety. A voice yelling over artillery, "Hold the line, Langston! You're not dying today!" And now, that same man was being turned away. Without a second thought, the four-star general broke from formation. The world seemed to slow. The murmurs ceased as boots clicked with purpose. All eyes followed the decorated general, cutting through uniformed ranks like a blade through fog. He stopped before the old man and saluted, a crisp, unwavering salute, held with full honors. Walter's eyes welled. The security officers stiffened, stepping aside. But General Langston did more than grant passage. He took Walter's arm, gently, like a son steadying his father, and together they walked forward, past the cameras, past the dignitaries, to the front row. The entire assembly rose, unprompted, not for the man in the casket, but for the man who had once commanded him. Walter sat, quietly weeping, as the rifle volley cracked through the air. He didn't speak. He didn't need to, because in that moment, something unspoken had been restored. Honor, memory, humanity. The crowd watched, not the pageantry, but the quiet presence of two men bonded across generations, one once forgotten, the other refusing to forget. And when the service ended, a line formed. Soldiers, officers, strangers. One by one, they shook Walter's hand, not out of obligation, but out of reverence. Some people fade not because they are small, but because the world forgets to look back. But this story reminds us, honor has no expiration date. If this moment moved something in you, don't scroll past. Share it. Speak their names. Be the reason someone still believes in goodness. Subscribe for more stories that remind us who we are and who we must never forget to be.